Hello, future sharks, and welcome to our application webinar for our doctoral programs. My name is Angelica Zadak, and I represent the Graduate Admissions Department at Nova Southeastern University's College of Computing and Engineering, or the CCE for short. As a heads up, everyone will be muted during this presentation for the best sound quality. The goal of this presentation is to guide you through our application requirements, process, and provide suggestions to help you prepare a competitive application for our graduate programs at the CCE. So let's dive right in. We have 3 doctoral programs at the CCE: Computer Science, Cybersecurity Management, and Information Systems. Our doctoral programs have a unique program format. The core courses are a blend of on-campus and online activities. On-campus meetings are held face-to-face on the Fort Lauderdale-Davie campus once per term from Wednesday to Friday. Students are required to attend all of their scheduled class sessions. Between these sessions, students work on course assignments and research and participate in online activities involving interaction with faculty and with other students. After your core courses are complete, you will take at least 2 research courses and at least 24 credits of dissertation. Once you are in the research and dissertation stage, you will no longer be required to attend on-campus sessions. As an important note, our doctoral programs are not suited for international students who need an I-20 to study in the US because the primary delivery of these programs is online and there are only 2 on-campus sessions per year. While enrolled, you can take a maximum of 2 courses per semester, which is full-time. As a full-time student, you will be able to complete your core courses over 4 semesters if you decide to go down this path. The CCE is also home to plenty of working professionals in the field that are trying to keep a good work-life balance. And for these professionals, taking 1 course per semester, which is also possible, may be more feasible than taking 2. Going down this path just extends the time a little bit more to completion. Do keep in mind that the cost of taking courses part-time may not be as effective as taking courses full-time, since this will double the amount you would have to travel to the Fort Lauderdale-Davie campus, especially for non-local students. 2 research courses can be done consecutively, but not within the same semester, which would be 2 additional semesters, followed by 1 year minimum dissertation. Most students do not go on to register for continuing dissertation anywhere between, most students do go on and register for continuing dissertation anywhere between a year and a year and a half. Again, depending on the student, their research interests, and other factors. So overall, the minimum amount of credits is 64 or 67. However, it can extend beyond that. The time it takes to complete the PhD program is on average between 4 to 7 years, again depending on the pace of coursework and time spent during the research and dissertation portion of the program. The maximum amount of time you can take to complete your program is 10 years. So let's talk about the admissions requirements. You will need a regionally accredited master's degree with at least a 3.25 overall GPA. An online application must be completed and a $50 application fee. You must have all of your official transcripts, a resume or CV, 3 letters of recommendation, an essay, and program-specific admissions requirements. And we'll go over all of this in a second. Please allow a sufficient time to submit your official transcripts. We do accept copies of the transcript for review processes, but if you are admitted, it would be on a provisional status, meaning you are able to register only for that term and you would not be able to receive financial aid. Once you do submit those official transcripts, then you would be fully admitted and can receive financial aid and other benefits depending on your full admissions. Especially in those circumstances, we recommend that you submit all of your official documents ASAP. If you have recently graduated and your degree is not yet conferred, save yourself some money and request for an official transcript after your degree is conferred. You will also be able to apply to our graduate programs while you are enrolled in your last semester. In addition to the regular admissions requirements, we need an official transcript of your current institution showing your degree in progress, a degree verification letter confirming your expected graduation date, and, if admitted, it is required that you submit your final official transcript showing your degree conferred. The content of your resume or CV should provide a descriptive account of your academic background and professional experience. Highlight the areas of experience that pertain to the program that you are applying to, whether it has to do with the past, current, or things you're doing in the near future. Include them all. And in case you're wondering, the only difference between the resume and the CV is that the CV includes more detailed information about your professional career, articles published, awards, and recognitions. You will need evaluations from professors or from people in position to comment on your career promise and potential to be a successful part of our program for the letters of recommendation. You would also request for recommendations electronically through the application account after you submit your application. Request letters of recommendation as soon as possible, trust me. If applying after earning a master's degree from the CCE, request letters of recommendation from CCE professors. They're awesome. For your essay, the content of your essay as well as the quality of your writing will be evaluated by the admissions committee. You should make sure to cover all points requested in the essay. So in the essay, you should discuss your reasons for pursuing this degree, discuss your academic strengths and weaknesses as they pertain to your intended program, discuss your areas of interest, and here you should justify your research interest, in particular in respect to your education, expertise, and aspirations. Describe how you plan to balance the time commitment required for the program, and that's about 10 hours per week per course and 15 to 20 hours per dissertation, for the dissertation, with your professional responsibilities. There isn't a specific format for this essay, but we recommend that you keep it less than 2 pages. In this case, less is more. There is no interview during the committee review process, which essentially makes this essay your voice. Keep in mind, grammar is just as important as content. Overall, you may add additional documents to strengthen your application, such as a standardized test score, letters of recommendation, and certificates. And the best part is, the GRE is not required. For all of these documentations, you can email them directly to us, and we'll add them into your application. And aside from the general requirements for our graduate programs, program-specific requirements highlight the kind of requirements that are specific to the degree program of your interest. This is background knowledge that the admissions committee looks for in a potential candidate. I recommend looking into the program-specific requirements on our website before applying. And don't worry, I'll show you at the end of the presentation where these can be found. Also, I recommend watching our academic program guidance webinar on our YouTube channel, where we dive a little bit deeper into this. Ultimately, the admissions committee reviews the file as a whole and makes their decision based on the evidence of potential success for the doctoral program, the doctoral level research, and the completion of your doctoral dissertation. Let's talk about term dates and deadlines. There are 2 entry terms a year, one in the winter, which is 17 weeks, and one for the fall, which is 16 weeks. Admissions decisions are made on a rolling basis. To ensure a decision in time for the desired semester, applications and all required documents must be ready for review at least 2 months prior to the start of the term. So make sure to submit all your application documents by the preferred deadline. Late applications that cannot be processed in time for a desired semester would be considered for the next available semester, and your application is good for a year. So let's talk about your admissions process. Your first step would be to apply online, and that would take about 24 to 48 hours to process. Make sure to submit required documents before the preferred deadline, preferably. Then the committee would review your application, which would take about a month. Once you receive your decision letter, and if you get admitted, you get to talk to our amazing advising staff and register for your first classes in the CCE doctoral program. Oh, and I want to emphasize again that if you are provisionally admitted, we recommend you submit your official documents as soon as possible. Let's talk about how to get started with your application process. Your first step would be to create an account online through here. Make sure to create a new graduate account. And please keep in mind, the email that you use will be your permanent username for this account. So while you are able to change the email in which you receive communications from us later on, you must use the email that you originally put in to create the account as your username when you sign back in. And if you forget your password, no worries. Just click the link here to reset or call in for help. And I'll show you how to find the link to the application page when we go over the website as at the end of the presentation as well. When you start your application, you can save at any time and still make changes such as to your term or major. When you submit the application, you can let us know if you need to make changes as well. When you submit supplemental items, make sure to view all required documents listed and upload certain documentation such as resume and your essay. Now, let's take a look at the website. This is our CCE homepage. You can get all the information in regards to the college right here. And to reach us, all you have to do is type in computing.nova.edu. Here is what we talked about, the application page. And this is going to lead you to your application portal. See, right there. And you can click on that application tab anywhere through the website. It's going to appear. On the right-hand side, we have a tab that leads you to different pages, including tuition and costs, where you get to see how much each credit costs. And the best part, you get to see what scholarships and fellowships we have available for your program. You can also use this tab to view the admissions page. And here you get to see the PhD specific requirements. So here listed is the term dates and deadlines, admissions requirements, and here, this is super helpful, the essay laid out, and other helpful information to get you through your admissions process. We also have those program-specific admission requirements that we talked about. And for international students, we have some helpful links as well. You can also see here some admissions events, such as webinars upcoming or past webinars. And you can take a look at our previous recordings on our YouTube channel, which you should definitely subscribe to get the best information in regards to our webinars and the admissions process. We also have frequently asked questions, a page devoted especially for international students, and a contact page. And I talked about subscribing to our YouTube channel, but you can reach us pretty much anywhere through our social media channels. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So I would like to say thank you very, very much for joining us today for our webinar. And I am going to turn it over to Nancy Azule, our Director of Graduate Admissions, for Q&A.
Thank you, Angelica. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We are now at the point of the webinar where you get to ask any questions that you might have, and I will be happy to answer them. And just to note, when this webinar is over, if you do want to speak to one of us, we would be happy to schedule a one-on-one appointment with you via Zoom or Skype, and we can discuss your academic goals one-on-one. But right now, you have the opportunity to ask me any questions that you might have about the PhD programs and the application process, and we will be here to answer them. So we do have a few attendees here today, so please feel free to ask any questions. And I'll just give you a minute while I wait. Does anyone have any feedback about today's webinar and how